everyone. Welcome to In the Know 360 show hosted by your girl, Annette, also known as the warm-hearted warrior diva here at In the Know 360. This show gives you insights on the journeys of high-achieving business owners and music artists who share with our audience the importance of building a strong community of like-minded individuals on the road to greater success. And today, I'm honored to have a guest, and his name is Loyal24K. Yay! Welcome to the show.
Yes, sir. We're here another day, another blessed day.
Amen. Oh, man, I love it. So, the first question is, who is Loyal24K?
Kid with dreams, kid from the block, Kansas City streets,
Okay.
from the trenches. I'm talking about, the worst,
Mhm.
but we're like 8.5 hours from Chicago, rough upbringing.
Right.
Um, you know what I'm saying? Mom's was there, father wasn't there, had to kind of figure it out on my own. But those things make you who you are today.
Right. Wow. Well, thank you for the introduction. I saw you while a shout out to Queen Breezy. I saw you on Crime and shout out to Crime Cities too,
Yep.
on the competition. And so actually we have you on her recording as well on her interview because we were
Oh,
yeah. So shout out to Queen Breezy, and it's funny. I'm glad that you reached out to me. Well, with that being said, thanks for everybody that's joining us. Let's get it started. So, Loyal24K, your journey is incredible, as you've already listed. Can you start by um, letting us know a little bit more in depth about the challenges you faced, with your father being absent?
I mean, the man, it was hard as a kid, but the man wasn't around. He was he chased women,
Mm,
chased women, and it is what it is. I had to figure a lot of stuff out on my own. My mom's played the father figure in my life. Um, Music was in my life early, super
mm.
early. And now that I think about it, I really believe that like music was just an outlet, really. And since I started so young, I just got really, really good at it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I can definitely see it through your music, through your craft. Wow.
Mm. Yeah.
Um, yeah, it's phenomenal. You
Yeah.
guys need to pop into his YouTube channel and check out his songs and all his platforms for sure.
Yeah,
So,
but I was actually born deaf in my left ear, and I didn't notice until I got older. But because a lot of things from the age of you've been born to 4 or 5, you really don't remember too much. You know what I mean? But my mom ended up telling me, I think when I was about like 18, like you were born deaf in your left ear, um, and you had surgery around 4, and about 5, 6 years old, I came home and could hear, and the first thing I did was get on a keyboard. And she said, ever since you got on that keyboard, you was just addicted. Just we could not get you off that keyboard. So
mm,
I was like, wow, that's crazy, but it makes sense. I mean, it just add to the story, like my story. And I'm like, okay, now I know I really am special. You know what I'm saying? I'm unique,
right.
and that's just a part of my story. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. Oh my goodness. Well, thank you for letting us know that. And we're going to dive into that in next couple more questions here. So, you spent a significant part of your early years in the projects of Atlanta and later on in the shelters in Kansas City. How did these how did these experiences shape who you are today, both you as a person and as an artist?
Um, so as a person, I feel like my back can be against the wall, and I'm gonna prevail regardless because I've seen the worst. I've seen
Mm,
I've gone without, some,
right.
and a lot of these things that I went without, people take for granted to this day. So I feel like it gave me thick skin. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And as far as another part of my life that I can use as a storytelling process
Right.
to either help change people's lives, inspire them, you know what I mean, or whatever I may see fit as far as music. But it's a story. Everybody has a story. That's just mine.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, being born, like you said, deaf in one ear and your left ear, then undergoing surgeries at such a young age has been a
Hmm.
huge hurdle, right? What was the experience like for you and your mother, and how did it affect you in your life and music?
Um, so what's crazy is, when you living in a shelter and you watching your mom like try to figure it out on her own, you
Right.
don't really know what's next. You don't really know why you're in that situation. You just know that like
Mhm.
this is your life that you were given. You know what I mean?
Right.
And we were just, we were young. We were young. We were just, we didn't really think too much of it. I honestly didn't realize how bad it was until about 17, 18. I'm like, damn, like my
Right.
life has been rough. You know what I'm saying? Has been,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, getting kicked out of shelters, watching your mom scramble to find places to live, and or even worse,
Yeah.
living with family members who don't want you
Mm.
there. Because in the middle of the night, you hear them talking about you. You know what I'm saying? But as far as like the music,
Yeah.
I, 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 I was really just at a younger age. I was writing and mocking the people that I idolized. Okay,
Okay.
because I was writing so young at eight
Right.
years old, 7 years old. I'm not writing no rap saying, "Oh, I lived the projects and this and that, and I seen this and I ain't seen too much." I'm just this is my environment. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So at a younger age, all the way up to about like 17, 18, I was
Yeah.
rapping. When I would
Wow.
write, I would try to emulate artists that I like. You know what I mean? And that
Mhm.
I came
Mhm.
up with or whatever. Tech Nine. He's from my hometown.
Wow.
I remember one. I wanted to be Tech Nine so bad. I wanted to be Lil Bow
Mhm.
Wow so bad. Who else? Lil Wayne. I wanted to be Lil
Right.
Wayne. But I say when I turned about 18, that's when I really started saying like, you know what? Let me write and tell people about my life that I've lived.
Right.
You know what I mean? So,
Mm.
and when that happened, it was just truth. You ever hear that saying where they say no cap in my rap?
Yeah.
Yeah, I stopped capping and started writing about where I came from and what I stand for and
Mhm.
and where I want to be, where I see myself, and what I want to do and
Right.
achieve. You know,
Okay. Wow, that's an amazing story. Yeah, it's hard. I mean, family. I don't even want to belabor this as far as family is concerned, but it is very painful to hear if you're being talked about, and it's just very demoralizing. I guess is what I'm saying.
it
Um,
is.
yeah. So after your surgery, you quickly develop a passion for music, as you said.
Yeah.
What was it about music that captured your heart and made you what you want to pursue so intensely at such a young age?
I would say speaking freely, um,
Oh,
um, and gaining the attention of the room. I love attention. I love whether it was negative or positive. Like I didn't. I love attention, and the one thing that I was so since I started so young, I was really good at writing. So
yeah,
like when it came time to like rap or say a verse or somebody's like, "Oh, you do music? Let me hear you. Let me hear you." Oh, I didn't care. We were outside of KFC at the library. Like I was ready to go, and I love the attention. Love the attention. You know?
okay, yeah. That's. I'll tell you what. Your music videos gain a lot of attention from me. That's for sure. And then we're going to showcase some of your videos later on in the live, but I just wanted to point that out, especially the colors, because it's very colorful. By the way, I wanted to also note that
Okay.
your videos are very colorful, and your progression is different. You have like you're very versatile in different songs, from my understanding, from what I've seen thus
I
far.
am. I am. I actually it took me a while to really find my sound. Because this being an artist and a writer and songwriter and an entertainer, like once you get into the entertaining part of it, you really want to focus in on like what you're giving off to people. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it don't happen overnight. Some people think it does. It don't happen overnight. I don't care if you had $1 million and you paid Jay-Z to work with you for 2-3 months. You're not gonna find that. It's just something that comes with time. And you can go on my YouTube channel. I think the first video I loaded up went viral and hit like 80,000 views in like a month. It was
Right.
but you listen to that video, I'm not rapping like that. I don't sound like that anymore. But you can see the progression.
Oh
And
yes.
I think that's what I like about the most. And it took me a while to really realize that people that are fans or like your music or follow you or been, like to catch up on you, they go to that and that's the first thing they see. They're like, wait, 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 wait. You don't look the same. You don't sound the same, but
Right.
they see that progression. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. You definitely elevated for sure. I love it. Like seriously, it's like you're finding your way through life, right? And it's an ever evolving change that you go through, good, bad, and different. So
Yeah, yeah.
by the age of 8, right, you were writing music. What
Yep.
kind of music were you writing by that age? And how did your style evolve as you got older?
That was a super good question. Um, so 8 years old, I'm writing in private. Okay. And I remember my first performance. And at that time, I'm writing like I'm gonna answer your question. At that time, I'm writing about how hard it is. You know what? Now that I think about it, I guess I was writing about the struggle. I didn't realize I was, but I was. I would write about how tough it is. I would write about friends that were like best friends or that I didn't like too much. But honestly, like my first performance was at a library across the street from my school, and I'll never forget this. I rewrote it was a In Sync song that I rewrote. I,
Okay.
I turned it into a rap song, and it was about going to school because the library told me that it had to be positive. So it was about going to school and changing my life and making it out the hood, and so I was just rapping about my life as a kid, young kid, really.
Oh wow. Okay. That's amazing. So I noted that you had the opportunity to work with Dr. Dre. Shout out to Dr. Dre on the Detox album.
Yeah, shout out to my boy XL Beats. We've been very very long time friends now, and it was crazy because like. I met XL at a beach, what was it, a pool party in
Okay.
LA, a pool party in LA. And I met him through somebody. and the person I met him through did not want me working with him at all. I was writing for somebody and he was an R&B singer.
Mhm.
And it kind of felt like he was like trying to keep me like at bay. And
Oh.
yeah, yeah. So XL Beats is a celebrity producer, and I didn't know this at the time, but when I met him, we're talking 2015, something like that,
Right.
and I meet the dude, and my boy whispers in my ear, tells me who he is. I'm like, I see this real flashy dude. I'm like, what's up? I introduced myself. He was like, oh, what's up, man? What do you do? And I'm like, I do everything, man. I write, rap, sing, write R&B music, country music, pop music, you name it. Been doing this for a long time. The guy that was gatekeeping him was a childhood friend. or whatever.
Oh,
Yeah. So the dude was like, he was like, what? Right off the bat, he's like, I love working with new talented people. He was like, hey, take my contact. My boy go, don't worry about it. I'll make sure he get it. So long story short, I never got that contact from him. I never got that contact from him. Okay, so a whole,
oh my
you know,
God.
talk about missed opportunities. A whole year go by, and I needed some studio time. I couldn't find a studio, and a lot of time, and I'm one of those guys where I only go to places where I could trust, my surroundings. And in LA, you can't just record anywhere. Like keeping it 100, you can't just go anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Unless you know
Right.
somebody. So I reached out to him on Facebook or social media, and he told me how much he charged. And I said, all right, well, for sure. And he's a celebrity producer, so I know he's not gonna let me record for free. Right. So I think I might have took I think I took like $200, and
Oh
with
wow.
that it took 200, and I think we did like one song. And on that one song, when I was in the studio, he was like, "Whoa, bro! Like you cold, like you for real cold, and you different." And
Right.
he was like, I said, "Yeah, bro. I do R&B music too, man. Pop music, country." And he's real big on that. He's like, most celebrity producers,
Yeah.
they don't just make beats. They literally orchestrate music. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. I still don't know who this dude really is. So
Huh.
I record my session, we hang
Right.
out, we click, we talk about how I met such and such, who and everything. I go home, and literally like 3 o'clock in the morning, I get a call from him, and I'm like, hey, what's up? He was like, yo, Loyal, this is XL. I'm like, what's up, bro? He was like, hey, man, I didn't know what was going on. I don't know why. I'm like, I don't know you. Why you calling me 3 in the morning? And he's like, look, bro, I just listened to your record, and he's like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm always looking for new people that I feel like I could trust to put in my circle to join my writing team. I said,
Oh,
oh, I said for sure. And he was like, if you really say that you can write like music like the way you say you can, I want to put you on my team and have you in my inner circle. I said, all right, for sure. Let's do it. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, all right, well, I'll tell you what. I got a project coming up with Dr. Dre,
okay.
working on the Detox album, and getting tracks, writing on these tracks that were coming straight from DJ Silk. And I don't know if you know who DJ Silk is, but DJ Silk is Dr. Dre's like closest DJ. That's the closest DJ to Dr. Dre. Okay. And he was like, he got him sitting in the tracks, and he got a young artist that's on tour with a group called Mindless Behavior that he need a writer for.
Okay.
And he got something in the works with Taj Mari, the kid from the Smart Guy show. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm like, wait, what do you mean Taj Mari? He's like, Smart Guy, the little kid, from the childhood shows. I said, wait, he's an artist? He was like, yeah, he's a singer. He said he's working with Timberland right now, but Timberland, whatever was going on, Timberland was trying to make him sound like the other R&B singers,
Oh,
and I guess the style that Taj Mari wanted to put out was different, and he couldn't find that. He was struggling to find that sound with him, so he said that he potentially might become his new producer. I said, oh, okay, and he's like, if I do, that'll be opportunity where you can get some writing credits on his album. I said,
okay.
all right, cool, So once again, this is all talk, okay? Everybody in Cali or LA or any showcase that you meet people at, everybody has a dream. Everybody's a rapper. Everybody, I'm an actor. This is my cousin. I do this. I do this. I do this. Okay. I'm just a kid from Kansas City, what I'm
Right.
saying, that made his way to California. You
Right.
know, life landed me here. So sure enough, 4 months after that conversation, I get a call from him. That's crazy. I'm starting to realize this dude was always calling me in 3 in the morning. He calls me 3 in the morning. He's like, "Hey man, um, Taj Mari is on his way to my studio right now. I need you. I need you here." At the time, I'm living in Riverside, California,
Okay.
and his studio is located in Whittier. Okay, so
Okay.
it's about I think about about an hour drive, something like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he calls me like 3 in the morning. He's like, "Look, man, I told you about this. He's on his way to the studio. If you want to start on this album with me, come through." I
Right.
uh, I didn't even hesitate. I grabbed the keys. And
That's right. You booked. You're like I'm out.
out of here.
You're like Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah, so, I'm like, I grew up.
You're
I
like
grew up.
Flash.
Yeah, I grew up on this dude. Like, what you talking about? I go or whatever, and um, I get down to the studio and I walk in. I'm like, yo, I'm outside. I go to the door. He lets me in. I see a few people that look like management on the couch.
Okay.
Excel pulls me inside, and then I see Taj sitting down with
Right.
a giant bag of candy, and he looks at me. He's like, "You must be loyal. What's up, bro?" And I'm like, "Hey, what's up, bro?" And he's like, "You want some candy?" I'm like, "This is surreal." Like, so from that moment on, I knew that like XL was the real deal. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
not all talk. Like, he's really in his game, and he's really pulling people in that with good spirit to work with. You know.
Okay.
So, unfortunately, I did not get any writing credits on his album, but I sat through the whole making of his album with XL. And the
Okay.
reason why I didn't get credit was not because I couldn't. I was going through some relationship stuff and
Oh,
a lot of drama in my life during that time, and it
oh,
was it clashed. It clashed. So like I would be in there. I'm sitting in the studio. My
yeah.
boy XL is making beats, going back and forth in the booth with Taj, and they're like, "Yo, Lawyer, you got any ideas? What you think?" And I'm on the phone arguing. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I definitely missed the opportunity on that. And what's crazy is that album ended up coming out. I forgot the name of the album, but I know one of the biggest songs on that album was called "Bossy," written by my boy XL Beats.
Okay.
And I remember Hollywood Access when they heard the album, they said that they did a review on it and said that he sounded like Taj and Prince. I mean, Michael Jackson and Prince together. That,
Right.
that was just their analytics on the album, whatever. But I watch it blow up. You know what I'm saying? And it is what it is. But shortly after that, the Dr. Dre opportunity came up, and DJ Silk had tracks for us to work on for Dre, and I wrote on a few of those. But the album ended up getting leaked around that time, and he never came out with the album. He never came out with the album.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
but that was I was there and I did that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Wow. It went high and went low and then middle. That's the way it sounded. I'm
Yeah,
sorry that happened to you. You know, it's one of those things, relationships, and unfortunately, it can be a little bit dicey depending on the person's understanding. You know that you're a music artist, you're in the entertainment industry, and it comes with the territory. To be honest with you, it's a 24/7 thing. Just like when I was in the military, it's a 24/7 thing. You know, type.
opportunity. You got to take opportunities. You know what I mean? I learned a lot back in the day and during that time, and it's I think feel like now that's just all a part of the chasing that dream, and what I mean, trying to make your imprint in this industry, which is not easy at all to do. Especially like in person. Nowadays everything is online or whatever. It's a little easier online or whatever. You just create this facade, this image. You know what I mean, and put some money behind it, and there you go. But back in that time, I was like really like foot to the ground, chasing it, meeting people, doing a lot of behind the scene things, you know.
Wow. Yeah, most definitely. Um, that's a you need to write a book about that or some article or something. Yeah,
That's the that's the
your
goal.
your journey, because like it's everybody needs to hear the good, bad, and ugly about the what people go through during their music journey, right? And
Yeah, yeah.
that's very, very your story is compelling.
And the kid that I was writing for that was on tour with Mindless Behavior, uh, XL was throwing me $150 here, 200 here,
Right.
$300 here. I'm managing accounts by celebrities
Right.
uh, for marketing and branding. And I feel like I'm living. I'm like, oh man, I'm doing it.
Right.
Like I said, it was just another phase in that and chasing that industry, trying to make a print for my name. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So you've written multiple music in multiple genres, including R&B,
Yep.
rock, pop, um,
Yep.
all this. How do you approach, right, the writing for different genres?
Mhm.
How do you find yourself drawn to one style more than others?
Um, so as far as writing on the other genres or whatever, and being able to step away from hip hop or rap, and it's honestly it's rhythms, it's tempos, and it's BPMs, and it's melodies. Okay, so like I can hear a rock song that's like this, uh, 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 uh.
Right.
It's really music on top of poetry. So lyrics is
Mm,
poetry. It's a form of a poem. That's all it is. That's why you'd be surprised. A lot of rappers write for R&B singers. A lot of rappers write because it's just lyrics. You take these lyrics because you could take a rap song lyrics,
right.
erase them, and bring in a rock and roll track, and you can format the lyrics to the beat. You know what I'm saying? And as
Yeah.
far as melodies, I just got a gift with coming up with melodies or whatever. So like, it don't matter pop, R&B. Like I could sit there and mess with a record for 15 minutes and got something that's worth working on. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
But to me, it's all poetry. That's all it is. Poetry. Yep.
You're a poet and they didn't know it.
Yep.
For sure.
Yep.
I love it. So you signed twice with celebrity management, right? And worked with some of the top tier producers.
Yeah.
What has been the one of the most valuable lessons you've learned from those experiences?
Whew, I like this question. I'm gonna keep it 100. So Excel blessed me, and we're really good friends to this day. Okay. Um, there was a producer that I worked with. I'm not gonna say his name because I'm not trying to start no beef or none of that, But I gave him $500. Okay.
Mhm,
I had two celebrity managers that I worked with. One
mhm.
is one is in his group right now. Angie, I see you, Angie, boss lady, Angela Richardson. She wrote and produced "Pop Like and Drop It" by Huey. Signed to Jive Records for I think like $1.7 million, something like that, back in the day. From St. Louis.
Nice.
How I met her, that's a whole nother story. Um, but I see you, Angela. We still tapped in with each other. She's in here listening. And then my other celebrity manager was a TV star, a reality TV star
Okay.
named Angelique Artiaga.
Mm,
Um, and she was representing me at the time, and she linked me with a producer. Like I said, I'm not gonna say his name,
okay.
but I end up meeting with this producer, and I go in the studio with him. We sit there and we talk. Nice to meet you. He'll listen to my songs. And what was so crazy is most of the time when you get in front of a producer, it's the conversation is, what can I do to make you sound great? Okay. Wasn't really too much he can do for me because I already had records I would play my records and he'd be like, whoa, this record is hot. This record is hot. I just need to reproduce it to put my name behind you. And I'm like, whatever. We could redo some things. We could do something original, whatever.
Oh,
So it came down to him trying to figure out what is it that he can do for me to help me elevate. Okay.
okay.
So I had a song called Naba for Real though that I wrote, and my manager shot the video. Her husband actually shot the video. DJ Mike Starr, who was on a reality show too,
Okay.
and um, the plan was to get Columbus Short on the song.
Okay.
Okay. And I'm like, all right, cool. I know who Columbus Short is. I grew up on all of his movies or whatever, Stump the Yard, all of that. And
Huh.
so, but when the conversation came up, he said, well, I can't do it for free. He said, how about this? You give me $500 and I'll work as a consultant with you. And what I'll do is I'll put you on platforms where you can get noticed. Okay.
Okay.
All right, I'm like, all right, cool. This guy is working with everybody in the game. Okay. So long story short, I was going through some things, some shit went down in San Bernardino, and I had to relocate. Like I had to
Oh,
relocate quick. And I had given him before I fled to Las Vegas, which is where I'm at now. I gave him $500, and he's like, "Yeah, Loyal, we're locked in. Stay in touch. When you land back in Cali, it's up. We working. You know what I mean? And this is not just anybody. He's just right there with Excel. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, cool. Cool. I started noticing my phone calls that he was picking up. Started picking up my phone calls less, not responding to my texts more and more and more until eventually 2 years down the line, I don't hear from this dude at all. You know what I mean?
wow.
I pressed this dude. On my Instagram literally a couple months ago. And I said, hey, I was hitting him up. He was ignoring me through the DM. So I went on his page and I said, hey, what's up with that $500 or this work that we had? Matter of fact, I came in on professional. I said, yo, what's up with that work? Let's work.
Yeah.
You're not answering then he messaged me. He was like, yo, you go on my gram, on my comments. I said, well, you're not answering my DM. You're not, you know what I mean? I don't have your number no more, and I just want to know what's up. And I pressed him in the DM. And then I had a change of heart. And I was like, you know what? I'm coming back, you know what I'm saying, with a vengeance. And like, I don't want no bad energy. It
Right.
happened. I lived on. I lived and learned. It is what it is, and I said it is what it is. Whatever. And
Right.
I told him, I said, you know what, man. It was like the next day. I said, you know what? Because he was like, oh, I'll give you a call on this day. And the day he was giving me a call, I ended up texting him and said, you know what? Don't even worry about calling me because $500 is nothing to me now, where I'm at in life now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I was like, you know what? Whatever. I chalked it up. I'm gonna keep pushing and just keep grinding. And the best thing that can happen to me is that boy see me blow the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I'm not even worried about it. Okay, so that's a bad experience with a major producer. There's another producer that I haven't had a chance to work with,
Okay.
but my ex manager Angela Richardson got me in touch with him when we parted ways. His name is Joe Black, and he's done records with Ariana Grande, um,
Okay.
Justin Bieber, you name it. But he's a local Kansas City producer too. He's from my hometown, and we talk to this day. To this day, he support whatever I do. He supported. He's commenting, liking it. When I did the contest for Crime City Films, he
Yeah.
was comment with the fire emoji, like, "Yo, this is hot. Keep going. You got it." You know what I mean? And he actually just he's building actually a foundation, a music foundation in school for kids back home in Kansas City.
Aw,
Yeah.
so nice.
But so with that being said, like these different relationships that I didn't have with these producers, it's just a live and learn situation. You just learn how to move, you learn how to talk, and you just gotta. It's a tricky game. It's a tricky game that we in for sure.
Yeah. Wow. It does sound very tricky navigating, and also trust, right? Because obviously, um, that's a huge thing. And I can see going back to Loyal24K, is
Mm-hmm.
that how you gained the name? I meant to ask you that in the beginning. Loyal24K.
Um, it used to. So when I left Kansas City, it was Loyal. When I got to California, I had an R&B singer buddy of mine who was like, you know what, man, you need something that'll make you pop. So he
Yeah.
started calling me Loyal Hollywood. And if you go on YouTube, you could type in Loyal Hollywood and find a lot of stuff
Oh wow.
that I was doing with my first celebrity manager, Angela Richardson. But I ended up changing it to Loyal24K because I came on with Loyal because it seemed like my whole life, no matter what the situation is, friends, family, relationships, I always seem to stand 10 toes and be loyal throughout the situation. So when sometime before I came out here to Vegas, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna drop off Hollywood. I'm not Hollywood. I've worked the streets of Hollywood, grinding in this music industry, and I've dealt with nothing but shadiness. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I don't want no parts of that. I don't want that to be on my name like that. So I ended actually coming up with 24K and added it on there because it's solid gold. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And not only that, I'm loyal to the people I come in contact with, but I'm solid too. Solid.
Okay, looks like you're being summoned for the don't miss the rehearsal. I just want to make sure we're good with time. How much time we have on the clock? Because I wanted to show your songs on here.
We can show them. We're good. I gotta be there at 12 at noon, so we're
So,
good. Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
okay, awesome. Thanks for checking, Gene Bug Nation. Thank you so much.
yeah.
Um,
Shout out to Buck. I see you, boy.
thank you. I was like, okay, it caught my eye. Let's go ahead and move on here. How did your upbringing and struggles inspire the type of music you create today? And especially in terms of like themes that you explore in your songs, especially that pool scene. That pool scene got like, I don't know, it's, it's still ingrained in my
So, so,
mind.
so I have a lot of records that I write years ago, and I have a pool. I have a catalog that's of probably about I say two, maybe 300 records, and I'll pick them. And what's crazy is that song particular that you're talking about, real big.
Yes.
Um, I actually played the raw version of it on my phone to some coworkers, and I
Oh,
said, What y'all think about this? Should I take this to the studio?" And they were like, "Yo, take that to the studio." So I went to the studio, and my engineer, Alan Rodriguez, over at Bob Studios in Las Vegas, was like, "Yo, this is like you super versatile. Let's really bring this out." And he did the mixing on there, and it came out so clean. It's just that song is just talking about. I used to always tell. I used to always tell my when I met my wife, I told her like, "Yo," she's like, "Oh, so you do music?" I was like, "Yeah, I do music, and but I'm different." She was like, "What do you mean? What do you mean by that?" I'm like, "I'm different. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm super out of this world talented. I'm different." And she'd be like, "She's not what you call it? She's very educated, and she's not into the whole industry, all of
right.
the." You know what I mean? And she's like, all right, whatever that means, but I'm happy you're talented. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
but I would always say, all right, I said, at the end of the day, we're gonna do it real big. I said,
Okay.
we're gonna do it big. One day we're gonna do it real big. And I ended up writing a song. I came up with a song called Real Big, and that's where that song came from. And the verse on there was like the verse, what's that verse on that song? Um, I just want to live my life, and you know what I'm saying. I just want to live my life. Yeah, I just want to live my life and pull up in something I like. Niggas hate twice, keep them hated closer than last time. I'll change, lose my. You know what I'm saying? It's just like just bragging about how big you plan on doing it, and that's
Uh-huh.
where all it came from. It was a vibe. It was a vibe for sure.
I love it. Yes, and the setting just takes you there, right? Real big for
Yeah,
sure.
we rented a mansion in Summerlin of that's a city in Las Vegas, and the guy that shot the video, Bobby Films, he's on Instagram, Bobby Everything Films. He's we just put our ideas together, and he's like, "Yo, where you want to shoot the video at?" I said, "Look, uh, if I'm gonna do this video, I need to really show people how big I plan on doing it." So I
Right.
rented a mansion in Summerlin, and it was crazy. We got to the house, and he was like, "I said, bro, look at this house, bro." And
Right?
He said, "This is crazy." He didn't think I was doing it like that. He said, "I said, yeah." I said, "Well, the song is called Real Big. Like we got to really show that and sell that." So that's what we did. And as soon as he came in, he starts getting all his camera stuff down. He's like, "Oh man, like Loyal, you don't even have to do nothing. Like I got the script in my head right now." And
Wow.
everything that was in that video where I shot the angles was I give it all credit to Bobby. That was all Bobby. Yeah,
Oh, wow. Shout
yeah.
out to Bobby for sure. Yay. How you doing, Queen Breezy? Um, okay, so let's go ahead and see. Hold tight, guys. I'm gonna pull up his song. I don't know. Well, I'm glad that we did it this way because I was doing multitasking with both my laptop and um, okay, I don't know why this pulled up. Okay, here it is. Loyal24K. I'm gonna present it. I'm actually doing multiple things here. Sure.
I know for sure. Yeah, I
Yeah,
love
this
it.
is so the IG is getting like the live feed of what I'm doing, and then because we're
Oh,
pre-recorded.
they gonna be able to see it on the log gram too.
Oh, okay. Let's see. You see what I'm seeing right now? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So let's go to that video. Yeah. Uh, is it on here? You know, one
Right
thing.
there. Right.
Oh, did I miss it?
Right
All right.
there.
This.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. Here we go. Oops. We don't want to listen to him, even though I do like Deadpool. By the way.
Yeah, I just
Here we go. There we go. Hold tight, guys. Let me see. Probably gonna have to. Okay.
Trying to do it real big, you know what I'm talking about? But it don't matter who you is. Nobody give a fuck. You just gotta do that shit. I know it ain't easy. Hard times made you who you are. Who you are, who you are, who you are. We gon' do it real big. We gon' do it real big. We gon' do it real big. Real big, real big. We gon' do it real big. Like a stadium. We gon' do it real big. We gon' do it real big. Always said that shit. Real big, real big. Real big, real big, real big. Real big, real big. Real big, real big, real big. Real big, real big. Real big, real big, real big. I just wanna live my life. Skirt and pull up in something I like. Niggas hate twice. Keep my haters closer than last time. Got a temper, I'll change, lose my mind. Look a bitch in the face like pussy, I'm real. Party with me and I'm just really trying to live. I know it ain't easy, but hard times made you who you are. I know it did. Who you are, who you are, who you are. 10 toes, I was real tall. Rest in peace to my pops, that was a big loss. Stood in that snow cold, walked in that rain wet. I'ma need a rain check, money wasn't right. Now we alright, house in my name. They said I was lame, tried to blow out my flame. Now we show up and claim. 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 Now time out. I know it ain't easy. Hard times made you who you are. Who you are, who you are, who you are. We gon' do it real big. We gon' do it real big. We gon' do it real big. Real big, real big. We gon' do it real big. Like a stadium. We gon' do it real big. We gon' do it real big. Always said that shit. Real big, real big. Real big, real big, real big. Real big, real big. Real big, real big, real big. Real big, real big. Real big. Always said that shit. Hard times made you who you are. When we first met, you were shy. I was trying to show you that guy that you want. Keep it real, ain't no stunt. Buy you whatever you want. Like 5, 6, 7, 8. You ain't gotta hesitate. We gon' do it bigger than that bad boy in Diddy case. But I ain't gon' do you like he did Cassie. And I'ma ask you nicely if I need it nasty. Look, mama, we ain't kids no more. And if you on some weird shit, baby, here's the door. I'm trying to do it bigger than Allen Iverson's statue. In that white drop, all white linen like we went to heaven. And I ain't being funny, I don't know Kevin. Do it big like B.I.G. Always knew as a kid I'd be on TV. Street smart, but a nigga wanna make it out. Street nigga get it twisted, I'll air it out. How you hyping your pockets empty? You having no life that does not fit me. Poppin' shit for the gram, I pop shit for the fam. You ain't seen it like this, they ain't need it like this. Poppin' shit for the gram, I pop shit for the fam. You ain't seen it like this, they ain't need it like this. I know it ain't easy. Hard times made you who you are. Who you are, who you are, who you are. We gon' do it real big. We gon' do it real big. We gon' do it real big. Real big, real big. We gon' do it real big. Like a stadium. We gon' do it real big. We gon' do it real big. Always said that shit. Real big, real big. Real big, real big, real big. Real big, real big. Real big, real big, real big. Real big, real big. Real big, real big.
Wow. Phenomenal.
Thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. I seen somebody in there say in the chat saying they don't like it. I'm like, you're entitled to that. But I believe that video hit like 140,000 views in like a month.
I love that song. That's an amazing song. Thank you so much for sharing us. And
Yeah.
it gives me the one thing that not just the pool scene and the relaxation scene, but the lyrics really touched me. And your emotions that you put into the music. I lost my dad back in, I don't want to get all teary eyed, but
Yeah. I'm sorry to hear that.
so sorry. I'm just trying to get a moment here.
No, you good, you good. That it's crazy because like I for a long time I did not know that I would touch people like that. I really didn't. I was just writing music, like what I mean. For a long time I used to write for people, and now I write for me. Like I write what I think sounds good to me, and I'm not trying to because I feel like one day if it's meant to be, people will catch on to me because because music is everlasting, and there's a market for everyone. You know what I mean? There's not one type of genre of music out there, and that's what's so unique about music. It's always evolving, and like I'm flattered. You know what I mean? I'm sorry for your loss, but I for a long time I did not know that like I was touching people like that, but that's why I write. That's what why I do this. Like for real, for my family and to touch people and to help change lives and put something out there that people can actually relate to and go to when they need to gather themselves or work out or have a personal goal that they're trying to chase. You could put my music on and be like, you know what? Loyal24K like make me feel like motivated. You know what I mean? I can get up out of this slump and go be great. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's definitely everything like the emotions that really impacted me from your flow from you can tell there's a lot of emotions in it, and it gave me chills. That was my experience for this song, and that's why I wanted to play it.
No, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for this platform and checking out my music and finding some type of relation to it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sorry for your loss. I lost my mother about 2 years ago, and I did my grieving, and I have my days. We human, you know what I'm saying? These are parents. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm sorry for your loss as well. Moving on here, oh gosh, you've overcome so much adversity, and now you're on the rise in the music industry. What drives you to keep going, and what keeps you motivated?
I'll say my son. I got a 6-year-old son. His
Aw.
name Yeah. His name is Wesley. He has the same name, and I felt like so I took a 3 year hiatus off from music and started focusing on my life as a black man. You know what I'm saying? And I found stability, and I started a family. I built a family, and life is good. Life is great. You know, I'm comfortable. I'm happy. I'm truly happy with who I am and where I'm going. But a lot of times I'll sit on the couch and pull up old videos, and I see it seemed like everybody that I was around, like they either stopped doing it or they succeeded.
Okay.
I have so many. There's so many. Whether I can call them up and still talk to them or not. Like I'm talking about, and I'll show my wife. I'll be like, "Yo, look at this!" Like I used to be side by side with this dude, and now he's touring the world. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, you know what? I gotta pick it back up and see where this thing go. And that's what I'm doing now. And my overall goal is major exposure. That's what I'm doing right now. And is so far I've gained the interest of people like Crime City Films.
Yeah.
He had a platform. He had an opportunity. I took it, and I won that contest. And we actually have he's shooting me a free music video because of that. And I have a strong single waiting for him. Just waiting for him to let me know when he touched down in Las Vegas. But that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing now. Major exposure. I'm about to start showing these guys the performance, putting
Yeah.
the performance with the records, because a lot of people got these records, and when they get on stage, they not that guy. You know what I'm saying? And today at noon, I'm doing a live rehearsal so people can start seeing like, okay, the name, the performance, the look, the image, everything makes sense. Let me start following this guy.
Okay, gotcha.
Mhm.
I love it. So looking ahead, besides the performance, what's next for you? Do you have any upcoming projects, collaborations that your fans should be aware of?
Uh, I got some stuff lined up. I got some stuff lined up. I got a show booked in Kansas City for 420 to perform a set out there.
Okay.
Um, I'm actually prepping for that. That's what this rehearsal is for too.
Okay.
Um, to be honest with you, I drop records all the time. Like I will go to the studio and be in the studio for 3 weeks straight and record 7, 8 records. But out of that 8 records, 4 of them I'm putting on my Instagram. I'm loading them. I'm sending them up to iTunes and Spotify. I'm putting on YouTube because I feel like I can't wait. I can't wait. You know what I'm saying? I can't wait. Once my music is ready for people to hear it, I put it out. I'll put it out. I don't like you can go on my Instagram right now and you've been on there and you're gonna see
Oh,
probably
yeah,
about 10 different songs.
a lot. Yeah, it's good. That's good.
And I'm not waiting for nobody. I'm not waiting for nobody. I'm not
Yep.
waiting for no features, none of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just putting it out there because I'm just way too talented and this music gotta go. And but I just recently dropped even though I drop records consistently, my most recent one is this record that I'm pushing right now in Vegas. There's
Okay.
gonna be a video. The video is the one that I want Crime City Films to shoot. I don't know if he know that or not, but the record is waiting on him. But it's called Respect the Law, and I love it. I love it. It's actually on it's on my YouTube right now. It's called Respect the Law, and it's also on Spotify and iTunes, Apple Music right now. But
Yeah.
they'll see more of that when we get to the video.
Okay. Yeah. Let's go ahead. Speaking about that, I wanted to check that out, and then we could.
Oh yeah, I got that on there. Respect the Law. It's where is it at? Um,
Is it on the video? So tap
you probably got to go to the
page probably.
yeah, there it goes. The second from the
This
oh
one
no,
right-
I go no that low go down,
Okay.
and it's the one right there to on the second row, first one.
The
And
first, this one right here, where you sit on a chair.
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So this the one I just dropped. I'm excited about this record actually.
Okay. Let's go ahead and gotta love YouTube. Okay,
Oh yeah,
here.
I love it too.
Here we go. I want to make it proper. I know.
Uh, if I hit it from the back, she gon' fall in love. 20,000 for the crib, I didn't sell no drugs. Pussy nigga talk bad, I'ma break your jaw. I'm a rock star, nigga, better respect the law. If I hit it from the back, she gon' fall in love. 20,000 for the crib, I didn't sell no drugs. Pussy nigga talk bad, I'ma break your jaw. I'm a rock star, nigga, better respect the law. Better respect the law. I'm a rock star, nigga, better respect the law. Respect the law. I'm a rock star, nigga, better respect the law. Bust that pussy open and stay soaking. Look at all this motion, we ain't joking. I know niggas hate it, I'm one of the greatest. Turn my shit up, DJ, turn my shit up, DJ, play it. A broke ass nigga can't tell me nothing. Beat so loud, whole block hear me coming. I'm ballin' on these niggas, I'm ballin' on them like I'm in shorts. She don't wanna be with you niggas, she don't wanna be seen with you, you a dark. I be outside with the hustlers and finessers. Whole team strapped, he ain't leaving on the dresser. Fuck nigga, think he right until he find out he was wrong. I'm a rock star, nigga, like the fucking song. Fuck that, nigga, get up, we ain't let shit slide. You ain't a boss if you pulling up in your bitch ride. We them rich guys mad cause your girl dick ride. You ain't a boss if you pulling up in your bitch ride. If I hit it from the back, she gon' fall in love. 20,000 for the crib, I didn't sell no drugs. Pussy nigga talk bad, break the jaw. I'm a rock star, nigga, better respect the law. If I hit it from the back, she gon' fall in love. 20,000 for the crib, I didn't sell no drugs. Pussy nigga talk bad, I'ma break your jaw. I'm a rock star, nigga, better respect the law. Better respect the law. I'm a rock star, nigga, better respect the law. Respect the law. I'm a rock star, nigga, better respect the law. You can call us what you want, but not a bitch, nigga. I don't need your grandma to get the switch, nigga. Out the trenches, I'm the one that got the hits, nigga. We strong, straight from Cali, smell like piss, nigga. We got pressure, there's no measure. Hop out too deep, yo niggas hop out a hoopty. Who the hottest nigga out the track? Niggas used to laugh, now my truck through the dash. I tell a bitch, bust it wide open, let them see it though. Niggas don't care about the miles like a vehicle. I just dropped a band on my son to get his fit right. And I can't do no business with you if the check don't sit right. Shit, call it what you want, get the labels on the phone. My shit harder than ever, it's like I'm locked in the zone. And I'm not coming home till I got the #1 song. Cause bitch, I'm the truth, since a youngin' I had to choose. If I hit it from the back, she fall in love. 20,000 for the crib, I didn't sell no drugs. Pussy nigga talk bad, I'm a jaw. I'm a rock star, nigga, better respect the law. If I hit it from the back, she gon' fall in love. 20,000 for the crib, I didn't sell no drugs. Pussy nigga talk bad, I'ma break your jaw. I'm a rock star, nigga, better respect the law. Better respect the law. I'm a rock star, nigga, better respect the law. Respect the law. I'm a rock star, nigga, better respect the law.
I love them.
Oh yeah.
That's love. Wow. Amazing.
Yeah.
My goodness, my goodness.
Yeah, you see, we went a different way, whole different angle with this one. You know what I'm saying?
Ah. I mean the rock star, the whole dynamic to it. Oh, jeez. Mm. Um, wow. Yeah. It's the way I took it was it's simple, right? Yet very intrinsic, and it brings you to a whole different universe, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
And
neither.
the crescendo, I took yeah, I used to sing and I used to be in band class, but the whole crescendo, how it just like elevated. So Yeah, I'm spilling my beans, but I used to play the clarinet and soprano. I think I was like second soprano, but anyway,
Oh, okay,
that
okay.
was the best. But yeah, so wow, and that's you said that's dropping soon, or
That's out on platforms right now: Spotify, YouTube, iTunes. That's actually one of the records that I'll be doing tonight.
oh,
I'll be performing live on my stream tonight. Actually, well, at noon. At noon.
okay, gotcha, gotcha. Wow, amazing. I love this. Okay, so if you could collaborate with any artist, dead, alive, who would it be, and what kind of music would you create together?
If I could, no lie, I will collab with Ty Dolla Sign.
Oh, what?
Yeah,
Word? For
yep,
real?
yeah. Because it's
God,
because I feel like I can relate to him too because
true.
he's uh he can be conscious, but he
Yeah.
can take conscious stuff and turn it into a party joint like the record we just played.
Yes. Oh my
I
gosh.
I literally can put Ty Dolla Sign on what we just played and the record you played before this. Literally.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Like Ty Dolla Sign, if you're listening, please. Look, I'm requesting.
Look at your boy.
Right?
Man.
Bring it to the universe because he has a song about that, and that's how I fell in love with him.
Okay.
But it's a song about the universe. But I think it's is it 432 hertz? I forgot how many hertz is behind that music, but
Okay.
hertz really matter, y'all, for real.
Yeah.
Speaking about hertz, do you have like a specific hertz that you use typically?
I don't, but I am starting to learn about things like that in my music, BPM patterns and things like that.
Okay.
I feel like that's going to take my music to the next level once I start truly understanding it because
Yes.
I'm still learning. Right now, I just know what I want to sound like when I go in the studio, what type of beats I want to be heard on. Uh, but
Right.
I'm still learning. And we don't stop learning. And but hertz and BPM patterns, I'm actually
Oh
tapping
yeah.
into things like that right now.
Oh, trust me, it's a huge wavelength. I know I'm doing a corny joke, but huge wavelength when it comes to hertz. But so finally, anyone out there facing their own obstacles, right? What message do you have for them in pushing through and following their dreams?
Uh, Stop worrying about what other people think.
Oh yeah.
Like we so caught up on social media and trying
Man.
to portray an image like just do you, and it's crazy because like 9 times out of 10 the guy that you see that's pulling up to you or always posting pictures from an NBA game, um it's not what it seems. It's
Right.
thing. And even if it is or it ain't or
Yes.
whatever, don't worry about it. Because I'm a true believer in energy. Okay, and worrying, paying too much attention to things that don't have nothing to do with you, that's a waste of energy. You know what I'm saying? Um,
So
put
true.
your energy in the things that matter for you.
Yes. Well, spoken like a champion for sure. Well, thank you for that note. And it's where can people reach you, and what else do you want to talk about? Like,
Um, You guys can reach me on Instagram. I'm on Instagram all the time at Loyal24K Music. Um, I got the TikTok going. You can get me on TikTok at Hustle West Hustle. That's HUSTLEWESHUSTLE. Hustle West Hustle. And you can find me on YouTube. I'm always dropping content on YouTube at Loyal24K Live, Loyal 2011, or you could just search Loyal24K. Usually, just put Loyal24K in there on Google, and everything will pop up of me on Google. So it's not hard to find me at all. But Loyal24K is the name, and Loyal24K Music is the Instagram. My Instagram, I'm usually primarily on all the time, like because I don't know, I'm just trying to get out here. So I'm always dropping content, and I really just want people to gravitate to the music, get to know me. Um, Jump in the DM, send me a message. I talk to people. I do not mind. Let you know who I am. Introduce yourself. I'll introduce myself back. Follow you. Support whatever you're doing. And I fuck with other artists all the time. You want to collab? Let me know. But and if you want to feature or whatever, get at me now, because I swear to God, the price goes up every day.
For sure. So, how was your experience with NNO 360 today?
Dope. I'll rock with it. I'll definitely do this again. Your platform's pretty dope. I like what you're doing. You got a lot of people that's already fucking with you. You know what I'm saying? And I noticed that, and I automatically wanted to be a part of it. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, keep doing what you're doing. I love it. This platform is dope as fuck.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. It's all going back to the energy thing too. So be sure to subscribe to Loyal24K. Okay, he, like you say, he's on YouTube, TikTok, and all these other social media platforms, and Internet 360. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to all the episodes. And we're on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and probably two other social media platforms that I don't even really check.
And if you
And
want to,
oh, go ahead.
and if you want to catch me live, performing live in a couple of hours at noon, I will be broadcasting live from my rehearsal studio doing a performance set. So tap in with your boy.
Okay. Well, let's continue to support the Unity for Social Justice. Let's free Monster Yo and all our brothers and sisters that need our support. This has been a broadcast of showing love full circle between NNO 360 and Loyal24K. Salute.
Salute.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. Have a good day.
Have a good day. Bless.